Your Daily 180, 180 seconds of pure Bible study.
Well, we're going to finish this week up by looking at verse 24 through 25 of John chapter 1. Yesterday we introduced the idea of verse number 24. Now those who were sent were from the Pharisees, and they asked him, saying, Why then do you baptize if you are not the Christ, nor Elijah, nor the prophet? Now this is really interesting that they would ask this question. They're not unfamiliar with the idea of a special washing, an immersion. As a matter of fact, Alfred Edersheim in The Life and Times of Jesus Christ the Messiah, if you have that, it's page 745, he talks about the fact that the Jews were not unfamiliar with what we would call baptism, immersion, for Gentiles who became proselyte Jews. But this is being practiced on Jews, and this is blowing their mind. We're the seed of Abraham. Why are you doing this? And so then they go on and they say, okay, if you're not the Christ, if you're not Elijah, if you're not the prophet, why do you do this? Now notice verse 26. John answered them, saying, I baptize with water, but there stands one among you whom you do not know. It is he who is coming after me. He is preferred before me, whose sandal strap I am not worthy to loose. Now I want you to stop and think about this for just a moment. Think about what John is saying here. I am just a servant. My job is to point people to Jesus. My purpose is to prepare the way for the Lord. Now, with that in mind, we should ask the question, who is Jesus to us? Now, for many people, Jesus is kind of a cultural figure. There's even some who say that Jesus never existed. Incidentally, there's an abundance of evidence to show that the historical character Jesus existed. But the real question is, who is Jesus to us? Is Jesus someone who is worthy of our service, worthy of our submission, worthy of our reverence in all things? John would say, I'm not even worthy to unloose the strap of his sandal. What a wonderful disposition. And this man who had such an important ministry in the redemptive plan recognizes the greatness of Jesus. I need to recognize the greatness of Jesus. I need to spend all the time I can with Jesus. I need to dig into his word. I need to submit to him. I need to obey him the way he wants to be obeyed. Join us again next week for your Daily 180.